Hi everybody,
What's up, y'all?
Chris Story, Andrew Baird here.
Yo.
So on my channel, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna periodically give you guys an insider view on what it's like to do this. This is Andrew. Andrew, tell us about yourself.
What's up, y'all? My name's Andrew. I've been playing drums since I was a wee lad, since I was like about 5 years old. I actually have a Pacific Islander background, and that's actually how I started drumming a long time ago, was through Pacific Islander music and dance and singing, and eventually scaled into Polynesian, Tahitian music, to Samoan, Tongan, a little bit of Maori, and then I discovered Metallica at 11 and everything changed.
Metallica?
Yeah.
You know,
I was team Metallica.
I got my first Metallica tape when I was in elementary school. My aunt had a boyfriend and he had all these tapes, and I stole his Master of Puppets tape.
I had a lot of friends growing up that were like, you were either Team Metallica, and that's how you got into metal, or you were Team Iron Maiden, or Team Judas Priest, or you were Team Megadeth. I was Team Metallica. I heard it on the radio for the first time. My mind was blown when I heard
that is correct.
2 kick drums. First time ever hearing a drummer on 2 kick drums. Blew my mind. Was able to convince my dad to give me my first double pedal when I was like 13 or 14. And then that's what started my trajectory into getting into heavier music and death metal. That's how it started.
You went on to do Fallujah, obviously. Were you an original in Fallujah?
Yes. Fallujah was like a garage project for Scott and Alex at the time. Our boy Tommy Logan, all friends of mine from high school, and I would say I joined into the band maybe like 7 or 8 months after it was first made, just kind of out of the fluke. And then I played on somebody else's drum set to do the drum audition, and shout out to Brent if he ever runs into this interview, but I played on his drum set to try out. And I learned all 4 songs at the time for Fallujah in like probably under a week. And they loved me immediately, thought I had the part, and called our boy Brent to tell him he wasn't in the band anymore, and I was the new guy. And then ever since then, I've been the original drummer.
So before
like the Door Made of Light dropped, definitely before Harvest Wombs, at the time that I played, Fallujah only had really like 4 songs, like 3 in the works.
We played that show a long time ago at the Gilman. You remember that?
Yeah, a long time ago. Finally, I remember at that time being like, I am playing with All Shall Perish with Fallujah, like very excited. Finally.
That was so long ago.
That was like 2000, was that 2008 or 2009?
I think it was before that.
It might have been before that.
I think it was before Awaken the Dreamers came out.
I remember that show, and this was definitely before Awaken the Dreamers.
Yeah, because Awaken the Dreamers came out in 07.
I think so. The show was fantastic.
Dude, I don't think the Gilman can't do what we want. That would be cool.
Nah, it'd be great, but I don't know.
You know what we should do? If Animosity ever does something again, we should all play fucking Gilman.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. So did you do anything other than Fallujah?
I was all Fallujah up until maybe like 2016 or 2017. I started fumbling with studio session work for other bands in the Bay Area. Moldrota was arguably my first band to help outside of Fallujah, and that was my stepping stone to get into session work for other bands who just need viable drumming in a good studio without resorting to just using a drum MIDI map and program drums. Kept doing that from like 2017 onward, outside of like touring with Fallujah. It was both like a fun venture, and it was like kind of like a side gig. And it's like Ominous Ruin, Deliria was one of my first projects ever. After that, it kind of led to me starting to experiment with my own drum covers in a studio environment, like getting a videographer.
It's crazy. I remember the first time I shit my pants when you did the video, because it was so. When you said doing the drum videos, I was like, okay, well, we're gonna kind of see. I didn't know you had that whole setup. I had no idea you could do that. And when we saw you do stabbing, everybody looked at each other and we were like. Whoa! Everybody at ASP was pretty floored.
You talking about when you
because
asked
it
me to
made
play, right?
when we asked you to send the first videos or whatever, and everybody was just the decision was immediate.
decision was immediate. Okay.
And we were
Yeah.
perfect too, and everybody's like, "This motherfucker is a machine." I'm done. Done. Like, that was.
It's funny that it was like stabbing was like it's like preliminary like try stabbing out like send us a video kind of thing, and I was like, this might be the easier track, but you know what, I will do it. And I remember at the time I like made a whole bunch of videos one day, and I kept thinking like, okay, after I finish it up, I'll take a look at these, then I'll send it. And I remember just being like not satisfied on that first batch of videos I made to try to send to you, and thinking like
Everybody, that took 10 seconds.
and then and honestly, I even texted you all later. I was like, hey, I did a whole bunch of videos. I'm actually kind of like not pumped on my performance. So let me try again tomorrow after some rest.
It was already.
And then boom, like I sent a really good one. Ended up being the last video I filmed the second day that I was like, this is probably my best one. Send it off to you. Boom. Everyone messaged me. Matt messaged me, and I even told them like, hitting these speeds for me now, that's actually kind of the easy part. I am happy and proud of myself to say hitting 220.
Yeah, but you can do all the slow stuff. You did lead, right? A video?
Clockworks. Clockworks. So yeah, Clockworks by Meshuggah was one of my most recent drum cover playthroughs, and I added some other auxiliary drums to the mix too. And I'm also very proud of that video. And I did stabbing around shortly after that too. Like,
and that's legit. Fernando is your video guy that did that?
Yeah, shout out to
That's
Fernando.
so crazy. I had no idea. I totally taught him guitar a long time ago.
Yeah, he brought it up.
And I hadn't seen him in a while. And I haven't even talked to him. I had a new Skype account, but that is wild. It was nice to see him. It's so crazy the people that come up at you, like.
Come up later.
Yeah. I mean, it's
still
been
worked
a
on
rough
that.
decade. I could say that at the very least for me. And everything's getting better. I couldn't be happy. That's wild. I'm probably gonna hit him up for some help.
You hear that, Fernando?
So yeah, Fernando, calling you Primo. Where can people find all your videos?
Right now, you can follow me on Instagram, on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. Same thing. I go by at Sigma Caldera. I do have a YouTube channel.
Can you spell that for everybody?
Yeah, Sigma Caldera. So SIGMA, and then Caldera, CALDERA.
On Instagram.
On Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then for my YouTube channel, it's called Caldera Drums. But you could probably type in my.
What does Caldera mean?
It's volcano.
Oh, boom. Boom.
Either active or inactive. And usually the premise behind volcano is it's a violent, destructive force of nature, planet Earth, whatever, ash, fire, lava, and then eons go by in dormancy. That same soil, that same area is now fertile. Soil's rich, plant life, animal life, it's vibrant, there's water. I chose Caldera because that's how I like to approach my creativity and my drumming. It's violent and aggressive and passionate, but it leads to fulfillment and excitement, fun,
And your heritage
safety,
too.
and part of my heritage. Like I said, I'm part Pacific Islander, believe it or not, on my mother's side, and that's how I started in drums. And references to the Great Volcano and to lava and to Pele in native Hawaiian is quite large, and it was really a big part of my family when I was a young kid. And that's where my drums come from. So
That's cool. What a name. That's great. So what do you so we covered the past, we're doing the present now. What about the future?
I think it's just kind of preparing stuff with you and All Shall Perish. I do have some projects locked and loaded for other bands I'm going to help out, if not by the end of this year, definitely into next. I have covers locked and loaded, and then we are going to film more covers later this summer that will drop throughout the rest of the year and into next. And I'm really excited because Meshuggah's on that roster. We'll definitely have an All Shall Perish cover for people that I'm really excited. Maybe some Demon Board here, maybe some Infant
Are you gonna do
Darkness.
Progenies?
Maybe not Progenies. Maybe Kings of the Carnival Creation. One of those songs, one of those
Big
Big
Barker's
songs.
awesome.
Big
Is it a Barker song or no? I don't know.
Yes.
I like Demu a lot, but they have a lot of stuff. I can't drop song names.
I would argue Nick Barker's drums. When I finally started listening to Demu when in college, a lot of his drummings, I took some of those templates and adopted them for my own. Similar fills, similar blast beat types.
So he's a
bomb
big
blast.
influence on
He was a pretty hefty influence when I was in college. Yeah, I would absolutely say so.
Cool.
Loved his drumming, man. Still to this day, love his drumming.
So you rad. So you're just gonna keep on keeping on then.
Keep on keeping on, dropping covers, Instagram reels. I do plan to get back to Twitch this summer. I've been like lightly preparing for it and quietly getting things ready for that. I used to do it during COVID, and then eventually it started becoming drum streams. I had to take a break for burnout reasons and for other life things happening, but I have a major desire to come back. I'm really excited for it, and I want to play these brutal, hard death metal songs on stream for people and just show them like, hey, this is what I can do. Come and enjoy it. Welcome to the Caldera.
Sweet. Is there any other, like, do you want to drop any endorsees or anything? Like,
Yeah.
do you want to talk about like what you use?
Yeah, I have a few endorsements now. Big shout out first of all to Freedom Jump Shoes and Apparel Company. They've been a really big support for just my double kick prowess, like just providing me the right shoes. Like they have really fantastic merchandise, good T-shirts. I got shorts from them, and I talk to them all the time. Love those people. Thank you so much, Freedom. I am endorsed by Sabian. I would argue that I've been playing on Sabian cymbals since high school. I just love the tone. When they had the Metal X series, I was playing on those religiously for many years. Big shout out to Sabian too. I also have a Los Cabos drumstick endorsements. That's a family-owned place up in Canada, and I am currently playing on really heavy parade sticks. They have a marching band stick variant or series, and I play on those both for practicing in studio and for live. So shout out to Los Cabos drumsticks. And then one of the things that makes my drum triggers just utterly relenting all these years, Foot Blaster. Thank you Foot Blaster for being also a big support for me in getting my feet up to snuff and helping me do double stroke arguably since 2010. Sweet. Yeah. Thank you all.
Well, I could say this from my experience with Andrew. Not only is Andrew like one of the best drummers I've had the pleasure of working with, like professionally, Andrew's also a magnificent person. There's some other personal stuff Andrew hasn't mentioned, but he's been through a lot of hardship in his life, and he's got a character, he's got a heart. But I've never heard a bad thing about him. And it's the best. Not only is he's working with me, but I consider Andrew a close friend of mine. I love him very much.
All of you, man.
So thank you, Andrew, for the interview.
And I got a question for you. What do you have? What do you have locked in place in life for you coming up now that All Shall Perish is becoming the entity again?
Well, I'm gonna do the YouTube thing, but as far as like I can't make any announcements quite yet, but a lot. We're gonna be doing new music. We're working on it. I've got some other projects that I'm doing too. I've got another group that I'm doing. We're gonna be making announcements for soon. I'm gonna be doing some gear videos, doing interviews. I'm gonna start my lick of the week again. All kinds of stuff. More about me it's gonna be an exhaustive amount of content about me, so it's really great. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And I hope we can do this again.
We will. We'll do a round 2 at some point, if not soon. Definitely coming up for how much more ESP is going to be active. We will.
We are headed to the final day of Incarceration Fest. The date is July 21st, 2024. Thanks, guys.
Peace.